everyone, welcome to Bickering Book Reviews. I'm Sarah.
And I'm Becky.
And today we're talking about The Darkdeep by Condie and Brenda Reichs.
Yes, I think he's Kathy Reichs' son. Oh, I think they're connected. She wrote Bones.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, I got this book from BEA.
Yes.
Did you get an e-copy or anything like that?
There were no e-copies to be had.
Oh, okay, because I didn't.
But it was okay because the font was big, so I could read it.
Yeah, the font was big. It did go quick.
I appreciated that. I could read it on my exercise bike.
Woohoo! Okay, so this book is about Nico, who used to be best friends with Opal, but now she's kind of with the popular crowd, and he's not. So after Logan, Opal's new friend, starts bullying Nico, which is kind of what happens every single day. Nico's flying around his toy drone. Thank you. His toy drone, flies it into this like fog / creepy part of town.
Wasn't it like the still?
Yeah. Flies it into this fog, right? And it disappears, and and Logan's like, ha ha ha, I'm bullying you, and then he leaves, and then Nico goes into the fog and disappears, and so his friends are like, dude, where'd he go? So his friends and then Opal go looking for him, and while they do this, they uncover kind of this mysterious part of town where things ain't right, and they come to this, I don't even know how to describe it. It was this abandoned house.
It was a houseboat, though. It was like a houseboat museum
with weird water around it, and essentially what happens is if you get into the water, then these apparitions start coming out, and basically it kind of gets out of hand, and so the group of friends have to join together to kind of contain what's going on in this foggy area. They're selling it as Stranger Things. It feels more like the Goosebumps movie with Jack Black.
So this is a book. Kids who come into the library and say, I don't like to read, I can give them this because it reads like a movie.
Yeah. And
it's so they go into the basement of this houseboat, and there's a spinning water in the basement, and if they jump through the water and they're thinking about Star Wars, a Star Wars creature will appear on the island with them. That's basically what happens. So, it's a super quick read, and it was cute, but, it's just, really not my thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was able to get through it. I don't typically like Condie books. This one, I enjoyed it for what it was. I'm not necessarily going to read the rest of the series, and it's not going to be one of my favorite books, but I can certainly see myself giving it to kids, and I can certainly see kids wanting to read it.
Oh, yeah.
It's a perfect tween book. I mean, it's got all of the kind of middle school bumps and bruises, but it's also interesting enough to kind of keep them compelled along.
I feel like it could actually be very big. I could see a lot of kids reading this. But to me, it felt a little bit almost like they were trying to make a blueprint for making a movie.
Which, I mean, that isn't shocking, though.
No, but yeah. But, I don't really remember the characters' names, or it wasn't it was for what it was. It was great. It is a great middle grade book with adventures and fantasies, and like I said, 10, 11-year-olds are going to love this.
Yeah. Because it's scary enough, but not so scary that you can't read it, in the dark when you're alone. But,
right.
It's got the spooky feel to it. But how did you feel about the alternating viewpoints? Because, we see the story from Opal's perspective, and we see it from Nico's perspective.
But it wasn't first person, was it? Was it first person? I felt like it was third person.
Maybe it was third person, but it was definitely from their perspectives.
Right, and I was okay with that. It's okay when the third person, if it's in third person, then all the voices sound the same. I'm okay with that. It's when you're doing it first person and everybody's thoughts are exactly the same.
Okay, yeah, no, it wasn't first person. It was definitely third. Yeah, I mean,
But like I said, it's really not my thing. I don't really have that much more to say about it. No, we should just read it.
All right, let's read it. So our rating scale goes from 5 unicorns down to 2 unicorns. If we didn't like it, doesn't get a horse. Doesn't get a horn. And is therefore a horse and not magical. So I'm going with 3 unicorns. What about you?
I'm going with 3. Like I said, it wasn't my thing. I read it. It was quick. And I can think of a kid that I can give the arc to who will be very happy to have it. Yeah. So, it
was a solid sci-fi. Is it sci-fi or fantasy?
I say fantasy. So I was always taught that fantasy is stuff that is completely made up and can never happen. And sci-fi is, if we get the science to it, we could have it. So, like, Hunger Games is fantasy because, in theory, you could scientifically get there. Whereas things like...
Wait, Hunger Games would be sci-fi.
Sci-fi, that's what I mean, yes. Sci-fi.
Okay.
Whereas, like, City of Bones would be fantasy because we're never going to have that level of magic.
Okay. Unless the weird still thing is really a portal into another world, in which case it could be sci-fi. I don't know.
Anyway, I would say fantasy. So that is where we are on Darkdeep by Ellie Condon and Brendan Reichs.
Yep. See you around.
Bye.